Hey, good morning, guys. Um, I just wanted to talk to you about the upcoming essay. The rough draft is due tomorrow night, Tuesday night, February 5th at 11:59. I want the initial post, which will be a rough draft of your first essay. And I've gotten a couple emails from students about using sources, and I want to just clarify something. And this is something that we want to think about as we do this assignment, but also as we move forward in this class and get into the research paper. And that is, when we look at sources, we don't want to just look at the surface of the source, the content of the source. So like, for example, the Roxane Gay article talks about girls, right? You don't have to watch the show Girls to use that article. You can use kind of the general concept of the article, which is that this show is groundbreaking because it depicts an authentic female character, or it's groundbreaking because it's written and kind of created by a young woman. And so you take this idea um, of showing we're doing something unique, we're showing something that we don't usually see, or you could take the idea of authenticity, right? Take it out of the TV show Girls and place it into the show that you're doing. So you can say, hey, look, I really like Shameless, right? I haven't actually seen Shameless, but and you can make the argument about its authenticity and that value of authenticity, and say this is maybe a show. I think in Shameless, the main character is an alcoholic, but maybe they depict this in a very real way with just with ups and downs. And so you would take the idea of authenticity and look what Roxane Gay says about the value of authenticity. But you don't have to. You can say, look, she applies this to Girls, the TV show Girls, right? And that is true, and that show is valuable because of this authenticity. But I'm going to now apply that concept of value due to authenticity, and I'm going to apply it to my show. So don't just look at these articles and say, well, this one's about girls, and this one's about The Walking Dead, or this one's about Orange is the New Black, and think to yourself, well, then I have to write on one of those shows. That's not the case. Take the general concept and what they say about the general concept. You could think about the Zalzanek video, right? In the Zalzanek video, she talks about how society impacts what we want to view, right? So you can then take that general concept of society influencing what we want to view, and even though she doesn't talk about the show that you're going to deal with, you then can make that argument. The point isn't here to just regurgitate or summarize an outside source. It's to take that, show that you understand the outside source, but take it and apply it to the show you want to write on. So the answer when we move forward with this essay, the answer isn't to write on a show that's been discussed in an article per se. It's and to be honest, I think you can do even better if you write on an article. Write on a show that we haven't read about. But then if you show the mental dexterity and kind of the creativity to take this general concept that's discussed in an article or discussed in the video of Zalzanek and say, hey, look, society for Zalzanek, society influences what we watch, and you talk about something that happens in our society and then apply it to the show, a show that you find to be engaging, and say this is a reflection of our value system today. And so again, you don't have to use the shows that Zalzanek discusses. You don't have to use the shows that Gay discusses. You don't have to use the show that Klosterman discusses or Kubi discuss. You need to take their general concepts, all right, and apply it to the show that you find interesting. So if they're making an argument, again, about Girls or about Walking Dead, they're making an argument about why this show is good, don't just look at the show. Think about what's the general argument. All right, what's the general argument? It reflects something in society. That's what makes it valuable. Then you take that general argument and you apply it to your show and say, this reflects something in society, and that's why this show is valuable. Just something to think about. Email me with more questions. I'm happy to help. Keep up the good work. Stay positive, and you should enjoy this. It's an excuse to watch television, I suppose.